Hi everybody, welcome back to our channel and welcome back to our SG chat episode 7. So I see that we have Steph, Infotech Rio online, and also Shinobi Wizard. Thanks for coming on so early. And today our guest we have, of course, is the super supporter for our community, which is Ben F Productions. Welcome, Ben, to
Hey,
SG
everyone.
Chat.
Pleasure to be here.
Oh, Lucia just subscribed. Thanks, Lucia, again. Wait. Oh, Ben, how's your day today?
Yes. It's pretty good. Relaxing. Just, taking it easy. Checking on my channel, see the progression in a day or a couple of hours. Whatever it is.
So,
Yeah.
because if the people that are watching this don't know who Ben F is, right? Every time you go to a channel, most of the time you'll see his comment there, Ben F Productions, and he will leave a really nice, long comment, and he will most of the time he'll be the first to comment or be first in the live chat, in the live streams. So he really does a lot of, because from what I see, right, it's really like unconditional support. You really support a lot of people, and it really does surprises me, like how you do it. With like you are everywhere and supporting everyone,
Yeah.
all the time. So
Yes.
yeah, Ben, how maybe you want to share with us how you do it, because from what I see, right, actually, if the amount of the support, if you, let's say that you've given out, and if you get it back, I think, let's say maybe 70-80%, I think it would be really great for your channel. But from what I see, you don't really get as much of the support back. But no matter, I still see that you just still give almost 100% to everyone of the channel that you support. So yeah, maybe tell us more about you, Ben.
Well, I've started YouTube about 2 years ago, and basically I did it because, I saw everyone else do it, and I figured, I started when I was, fairly young in grammar school, and I've always liked Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh!, mainly Pokemon. I actually started with Pokemon, then transferred to Yu-Gi-Oh!, then came back to Pokemon, and I have this, well, can't really see it too well, but I have this massive collection and all these binders, and, I watched so many of you, and I figured, everyone else is doing it. I might as well get on the bandwagon and try it myself, because, as I mentioned, I grew up with it. I love it. I love it as a young adult. I don't think I'll ever stop loving Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And, it's fun, exciting. It's a chance to meet people that you don't normally meet on an everyday basis, whether they live in different parts of the world, or even, like, down the street, for instance, or even a Poke family who lives right by me, coincidentally.
Oh yeah.
And other people. So, yeah, Poke family, they live right by me, so we meet not as frequently as we should, but we meet quite often. And, I give them things, they send things to me, and we showcase each other's products on each other's channels. And I just like to support people. I mean, it'd be marvelous if people just show more support back to me, but it is what it is, really. I mean, I'm never gonna stop supporting people either way. I mean, I just like making people happy and making people feel good, and that's just what I like to do.
Yeah, that's what really impresses me, and I really like about you. And thanks, Toxic Croak, for that. He said, "Yay, Ben F with 3 hearts."
Yeah.
He have a super chat there. Well put, Ben. So Shinobi said, "Well put, Ben." But I think
Good
Ben,
to see you.
you can't see it, but you can hear something is happening. That's the super chat from Toxic Croak.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So
I definitely hear it.
yeah, because that's what I see. You know, no matter what, you still gave like 100% to everyone, and I really hope that people will appreciate it, and uh and give support back. Because like for me, right, I try to support. Even now I try to support as much as I can, as I
Hmm.
as time allows me. And because sometimes I, even in the evening, right, because I need to do the thumbnails, I need to edit videos, and when I have time I will try to watch like our friends videos, like EpicTube, Zentuan
Yep.
XYZ, yours, and and so on and so on. So but sometimes I even have the videos playing while I fell asleep on the bed.
I do the exact same thing. Come nighttime when it's time to go to sleep, I leave on SG. I leave on SG chat, and I leave on your the stream all night to play all your videos. I do it with your channel, do it with Young Cloud Films, and a lot of other channels. Basically, I'm only focused on yours and Young Cloud Films, but I leave it on all night, let it play through the whole thing, and I do it continuously, night after night, until you see major growth. Because I just want the best for you guys.
Yeah, really thank you, and a lot of you guys, like EpicTube HD as well, Toxic Croak, you guys for helping me, like Who's Pro Gaming, Lucia, for helping me to get the watch hours up the other time, and we finally made the 4,000 watch hours, which is really awesome. And really thank you guys. And even now for me, I'm still doing the same thing, like I'm trying my best. But of course for me, I will have like prioritize my like those that I see them supporting me back, right? They are the priorities. And that's why. But for you, I still see you everywhere all the time, so I'm really really impressed and really surprised that like unconditional love, but you're doing it unconditional support. You're still supporting everyone. So how do you find time to do that, though, Ben? How much hours do you how many
Well,
hours do you spend a day?
probably. Well, right now I'm not working because my current job situation, I only work 2.5 hours a day, 11 a.m. to 1:30. So I'm not really sure how many hours, but usually I leave videos / streams on all night while I'm sleeping, and of course during the day for work, and then when I come home from work, I do the same thing. I go on everyone's channels, I check out everything I've missed while I'm at work. Sometimes I even leave streams on while I'm at work to increase people's watch hours. Just, I don't like to miss a thing, and I just like helping people. Even if I don't get much in return, I would like that, but, it is what it is. I take pride in helping people. Ever since I was young, I was always helping people, even being a patient in the hospital myself. I know this is going off a little bit on a tangent, but even as a patient in the hospital myself, I was always the healthiest kid in the hospital. So walking around with an IV pole in my hand, with my with everything draining out into the IV pole and all the fluids and all that stuff, walking around with the IV pole, I would walk around and I would cheer up all the other patients, all the other kids in the nursing home with I guess they were musicians, and they would come around with guitars and ukuleles and stuff like that, and they would go into the patients' rooms and they would play the guitar and everything and cheer up the little kids, and I couldn't do anything, so they would give me little maracas, and I would go in the patient's room, all attached with, IV and everything, and I would shake the maracas, and I would help cheer up the other patients, even though I was a patient myself. And as I grew up, I came to realize that me being the patient myself, cheering up other patients, they were actually looking at me as saying, oh, here's another young man who's a patient himself. He's attached with all these IV poles, and he has surgery on his cranium and on his head and everything like that, and chest and abdomen, and I had tubes coming out of me and things like that. And he was still up and about and, participating and, shaking the musical instruments. And if he could do it, and if he's getting better, great attitude, great personality, why can't I do it? I don't know if the kids actually believed in this or thought or if it dawned on them, because they were so young at the time. I was young myself, but I had a better outlook at life. I've had about, I would say, 40 plus operations.
40 plus operations? So, that's a lot.
Yep. Yeah.
All these.
I have a lot of heart. Yeah.
Yeah, but all this, is it during when you're young, or is it still up to now?
Basically, for the most part, when I was younger. I've been hospital free for about, I would say, 10 years, or maybe a little longer. I've lost count, honestly. But I've been through tons of operations. I have a lot of hardware inside of me. Well, not a lot. I shouldn't say a lot, but I do have things inside of me. In my head, in the right atrium of my heart, operated on in my abdomen, on the left side of my heart, vena cava, the other side, my lung, scars on my head. I don't know, you know what a big, like you've seen the movie Captain Hook with the big hook on, had a big hook for a hand? Those are the type of scars that I have on the back of my head. I've been through, as they say, I've been through the mills. So, but I like to support people, and just, I like to help out as much as I can. My resources are limited because of my financial situation, my job situation, the fact that I'm not great in certain aspects, and my arithmetic and everything. But, I like to help out. My opinion, I think I have a good heart, good soul. I love helping. I grew up with Pokemon first, then came Yu-Gi-Oh! I never really got into Digimon. That wasn't my thing. Basically, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! I've always loved Pokemon even more. And now, as a young adult, being 33, or almost, being 33, I love it. I have a greater passion for it because I could understand it. When I was younger, it was just all about, oh, this is shiny, I'm gonna collect it. Now you understand what stats, what the attack, defense, whether any type of card game, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon. It's you just understand what the value is of each card. For instance, this card. This is not the exact shiny Charizard, but for instance, this card right here, you know what the value of it. Or there's a whole bunch of other things, or you know that, just appreciation of everything. It means a lot to me.
So Ben, sorry, yeah, I saw that Sudan, he just came in. He said, "Hey Ben," and Lucia said that you're strong.
Thank you.
I
try.
Yeah, Toxicroak, he says that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is what got me started on collecting. Is it, Toxicroak? I didn't know that you collected Yu-Gi-Oh! I know Ben does. Shinobi.
Yeah, I've
he says
I
new
have binders
Digimon.
all over there.
He says new Digimon decks coming out 2021. Digimon is recommended.
I don't know. I
TGG
mean,
was
I
fun
tried to get.
mechanics. You never gave up. That's awesome. That's what Lucia he said that you never gave up. That's awesome.
Yeah, never.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm kind of surprised because I think most of us didn't know that you've been through so much, you know, the operations and stuff, and but because I myself I do know that you are always really positive and at least you try, you know. Wait, let's see someone Muse Squad TCG. Hi there. You say hi, small openings and Ben. Don't collect
Hey guys,
much.
good to see you all.
Yeah, 777. Hi, what's up? Thanks for coming on to the stream. So I know that you are most of the time really positive, and as I say, you know, even if you don't get the support back to your channel, you still give your support to everyone, and I think that's a really good thing that we need, you know, in because we don't really need more of the haters or the or the poisonous attitudes in our community. What we need is more of the positive, you know, attitude and the vibes. And like you say, I think the kids, I think because you know, like kids, right? Because I have two kids, most of the time they will influence each other. Like one is excited, the other one will get excited as well. So if one is like when they're really young, like babies, when you see other babies cry, right, they will tend to cry as well. So I think it does help you know, spread the positive attitude to the other patients that you see there when you're in a when you're a kid back in the wards. I think it does rub on them, and although they may not be, you know, feeling that well, but I think it still helps, even just a little bit. Right, Ben. So yeah, so let me ask you, when, because you said you started Yu-Gi-Oh first, right? Is it? Yeah. So everything started 2 years ago, or is it way before that?
My channel started 2 years ago. I've always had a passion for the anime, for Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. First, as I mentioned, I was primarily Pokemon, then was Yu-Gi-Oh, then is now back to Pokemon, and still a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh. Still, you know, I do both, but mainly Pokemon, and I've always had a passion for it. Even before I started the channel, I just never came up with the idea. Basically, you know, I mean, even before the 2 years in the 90s, we never had YouTube, we never had cell phone. I don't know about you, well, you're much older, you're older than me, but in the 90s, I never had a cell phone. I don't think cell phones existed in the 90s. Maybe they did, I don't know, I don't remember. I think my first cell phone was probably when I was in high school, and it wasn't even mine. I think it was my mother's cell phone. She let me borrow it for a day. And then I finally got my own cell phone. But, oh no, wait, excuse me. No, my cell phone broke. I had to borrow my mother's. That was kind of annoying. But, yeah, I mean, believe me, if YouTube was around in the 90s and when I was younger, I would have started YouTube a long time ago, because my collection is, like, massive. I have binders and binders of holograms, and I have a box over there that one day I'm gonna trade in for a booster box, and I still have packages to unbox from people, and I can meet a client later on for another package, Poke Family one day, so it's endless.
Yeah, so Epic Tube HD. Wait, hello there, HNM Art. Welcome back. I think I've seen you before. Still remember Walkman era. Yeah, Shinobi said. And Epic Tube HD said that Henry is just 22. Okay, so my
so
era.
You're younger than me.
No, my era, I have the Walkman era. I've been through Walkman, and also the MD, and also I think my first cell phone is like, I think it's the Sony Ericsson or something, and you know, it's the type that you can flip, and the picture quality is like I don't know, just a few bits, and you can swap the antenna, right, with those that actually lights up when someone calls you. So that is
Mm-hmm.
the phone that I have. I remember, and I've been through the pager era as well. Pager.
Yep.
Yeah.
I always thought pagers, beepers, I always thought they were so cool. And but now as you get older, it's like it's stupid because you have a pager, you have a beeper, and it beeps and it pages you, but then it's not like you can answer the page. It just tells you who's calling, the number, and then you have to go find a cell phone, or you have to find a what they used to have, a pay phone. And yeah.
Just as you said,
See,
paid phone.
there you go. Now I get. Oh boy. All right, so all right, that's I don't know, whatever. So back in the day they had pay phones, so you had to find a pay phone,
Yeah.
put in maybe 50 cents, 75 cents, and then you call a person, and you could talk to them for a certain amount of minutes depending on how many quarters you put in. When I used to work at the nursing home, they had a payphone at the nursing home, but then they finally took it out because who uses payphones anymore?
Yeah.
No one. I don't think they hardly ever exist.
But do you guys have like the phone cards? I think that's what we call it, the phone cards. That means you have like stored value of like maybe $10. So instead of using quarters or coins, right? You use that and you put it in and you deduct the amount depending on how much you have used. Do you guys have that there in the US?
Well, not here per se. When I travel to Europe, I use those phone cards all the time because when I'm in Europe, I always call back to America, or I call to Belgium, or I call to usually Belgium. If I'm anywhere in Belgium or anywhere in Spain, France, or anywhere in Europe, I use a phone card to call, let's say, the States or another country.
So in the US, you guys don't have the phone card, is it?
They probably do, but it's for traveling. It's not for like calling within the US, because most everyone has a cell phone, and pagers don't exist anymore, and where did I just the phones on the street, they don't exist anymore. So really, phone cards have no place here. I think they're mainly used in Europe when you want to call back to America or call to a different country, which is the only time I use phone cards.
Because Dr. Croc, yeah, he said that no phone cards in the US, only in Mexico.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So I remember last time when I was really young, right? I have the pager, and you need to, how to say, you need to, you add accessories to it like bells and stuff, and you hang it up. I have a chain, and it's full of bells, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just a in thing we did last time when we were young. Everything you have, you need to spice it up a bit to make it more unique.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Exactly. Make it more your own.
Yeah.
Customize it.
wait, Epic Tube says Cuba still rocking the old school giant knob AM radio. So okay, so that means your channel started 2 years ago, but your collection started
Yes.
way before that, right? So when do you start? When did your collection started? And what is the set that you started with? Do you still remember?
I would say I started of course not as massive as it is now, but I would say I started in the early 90s when I was in grammar school, elementary school. And I used to shop at this place. I think it's only in New York. It's called KB Toys. So I used to go to KB Toys a lot. Not so much Toys R Us, because Toys R Us was a little more distance away from my house, and KB Toys I was actually able to walk there. So I would go to KB Toys a lot, and I would buy Pokemon there. I would buy Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was in that phase, mainly hyped up for Pokemon. I would have my little Game Boy Color and I would play my Game Boy Color, and I would play the silver version and the gold version, red, yellow, play all those games, and I'd beat them like that, like it was nothing. And then I would restart the games and I would play them all over again because it was just so much fun. Especially gold and silver version. Those are my favorite games.
For me, I've never played the Game Boy games. I think I did, but I was too young to understand like the value of it, or like how to play, and I just
Yeah.
anyhow play. Just go here and I can't even remember what I'm doing back then. But so that means, do you started with base set?
I started with exactly. Yep. Started
You-
with base. I still have some of my base cards. I still have a base Charizard, a base Venusaur, base Blastoise.
What are the conditions though?
Okay. Now you're testing me. I see what you're doing.
No, I don't even know that. Because like some of the people, right? Like I think, the other time was I talking to? I think I think it's Harley Epic Tube HD. You know, he says that since he started collecting, he have the penny sleeves on, so the cards are still in really good condition. And that's why I'm asking you, were they slightly lightly played, or minty conditions? You know, when you get it, you should sleeve it up, or what?
Well, back then, of course, we didn't know anything about sleeving cards.
Yeah.
So
But what happens to most of us?
I don't. Yeah, I don't think hardly anyone sleeved their cards back. I certainly didn't anyway. So a lot of my cards are in condition. I mean, you know, little scratches, maybe little bends, you know, things like that. But now we know better, and we double sleeve them, put them in penny sleeves, put them in other sleeves, and/or hard cases. But then if you're in a hard case, you can't really put it in your binder. If you wanted that, just put it in a penny and a regular. But the cards that I don't have in my binders, I do put in penny sleeves, and I put in. Actually, I need to buy a lot more hard cases than penny sleeves. Running fairly low, although I do have a lot. I find like this is where I keep all my sleeves. I keep them all in here. So,
Or the
then,
ETB sleeves?
Yeah, I'm sorry?
The ETB sleeves, right?
Yeah, exactly. I have the one sleeves, and I have, of course, I have my other sleeves, and I hope in here. But it's not like I'm what do you call it? It's not like I'm flooded with sleeves. I still have to go to my card store and buy more sleeves. And booster boxes are so much money nowadays. It's like $90+. And fortunately, I don't have that kind of money to spend. So I think alternative ways to get cards, whether it be entering as many giveaways as I can, even if I don't win, it's fun to try. I love trying. I'm a big trier. So I just try, even though I don't. If I don't win, I don't win. I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk, as they say. And the ones that I do win, I preferably meet these people. I call them clients because I also sell things on the side with my other business. It's not doing copies because of all the nonsense we're going through. But even with Pokemon, I try to meet people in a public area, you know, during the day, and we do like a exchange of goods. Like I give them goods, they give me the goods, and we collaborate that way. We discuss about future collaborations, and we discuss about our each other's channels and each other's fan base. And I'll sub to you if you sub to me, although sub for sub usually work. So I try to steer away from sub for sub, because that usually doesn't work. Because eventually you do sub for sub, and then you're like, oh well, this guy's channel is not that really interesting. I'm gonna unsub for him, unsub from this person, but he'll never notice. So that's very rude, unfair, dishonest. I honestly don't. I don't like it one.
Yeah, like previously I mentioned before that I tried doing sub for sub, but actually a lot of them actually, I think YouTube bot pushed them off after a while, and some of them are really dishonest. Like they don't really honor their, like they say, oh, I'll keep my sub on and stuff, but after a while they just remove their sub by itself. And I don't know,
Yeah.
that's the thing, I don't know whether is it they remove it or they it was purged by YouTube bot or anything. But end of the day, it's not really worth it though for me. I did it for like I think 1 or 2 months, and I find that it's not really worth it. Although the sub count may go up for a while, but end of the day, you still need the watch hours to hit the 4,000 watch hours. So what you need is really people to really like your channel and you know, support and watch your videos and stuff, and not just
Yes.
you know, not just comes in you know, awesome opening, and you just put a comment and they only watch like maybe 15 seconds of the video, you know, and
Mhm.
just pretend to be there to support you. But when you are giving them
Yeah.
like 100%, you watch their videos, even if you don't have the time to watch it, sit down and watch it, right? You still play through, you know, for them, and
Mhm.
just hope that they will get the watch hours. Because for me, as I mentioned before a few times, right, um it's not that easy as we thought. You know, just comes in, opens a few packs, and the video goes viral, and we get a million views, and we get 1,000 subscribers and million watch hours. You know, just like that in a
That's
snap.
the dream.
Yeah, it doesn't happen that way. So that's why for
No.
me, after I started the channel, then I realized that it's really tough. And in the beginning, you know, I think I met you when I was really small. I think maybe 100 plus subscribers. I can't
Yep.
really remember already. Yeah, and I was really grateful
Yeah.
that you guys welcomed me to the community. And at first, you know, I thought that I'm not from US. I'm from Singapore. I thought that I will be I would need to, you know, when I started the channel, I thought that I would need to do everything on my own. So no one's gonna help
Mhm.
you, and no one's gonna accept you. You know, someone from outside of US. But actually, it's
Yeah.
totally opposite, and really awesome to meet you guys, like you, Zen, Tossy Crook, Kuskuro Gaming, you know, Dave, the Artwood, even CJV back then, now known as the Holo One. And
Yeah.
you guys really welcome me to the channel, and it really helps. And I'm really grateful that all this while you've been supporting everyone and including my channel. And you know, I try to give to as much as I can, even as I say, even if I can't watch it, right, I'll just let it play through. At least you guys get the watch hours. And
Yes.
but because like when you grow, right, when you know more people, more channels, it's really hard to keep up. So even sometimes when I miss some of the videos, I'll go back and put it on watch later, and just watch it when I can, when I have time, you know. And yeah, so it's really not that easy as it seems. Just opening a
Yeah.
card and you get so much views and subscribers.
Yeah.
I don't know,
People say.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be easy to start a channel, but then as you slowly grow, you realize later on that you need more and more equipment. Like, I don't know if you've ever realized this. I know EpicTube HD, Harley, he's realized this many times, and a few other people. He actually used the word the handy cam. I find that word funny, because actually that's what it was. It was a handy cam, because at the time I didn't have a tripod.
Yeah.
And I was speaking to Todd, Young Cloud Films, and he was showing me different ways. You know, we did our first, what I'm doing with you now, our first live, because I've never done a live before. So I did my first lives with Young Cloud Films, Todd, and actually I did it last year, and then did it again maybe 2 times this year or something or other. And he showed me his setup and things like that, and I spoke to Epic HD Harley, and he did the same thing. We spoke. He's given me advice and things what to do and what not to do, so I greatly appreciate that. Especially because me and him we're in the same boat. He's a fellow New Yorker, not living in New York anymore, obviously. But he's even if you're not a fellow New Yorker, I'm still gonna value your opinion and your say and everything. It just makes it twice as sweet that you grew up in New York. Even Mav the Mad Collector, he's actually a fellow New Yorker too. He actually grew up, coincidentally, the next town over, right by my town. So, that's funny. So, actually, I was supposed to collaborate with him this summer, but because of recent events, we weren't able to make that happen. But it's funny how we just rekindled, because he grew up in the next town over, I'm here, and then I met people all the way in another town, in a place called Suffolk County. I didn't know that they were that close. They were that close. It's about maybe a half an hour away from me. And then just so many other people in Europe that I've been to. What do they call it? Rio?
Rio, right? RIO, right?
Yeah, Rio. I'm totally blanking on their name. Rio. Yeah. They're, I think, from Belgium or France or something. I don't know, but I go to Belgium quite frequently because I have friends in Belgium. I also have a cousin in Belgium. So when I first heard that he's from Belgium or some place like that, I actually started speaking a little bit of maybe not Belgium. I don't know, someplace in Europe. I started speaking a little bit of my Spanish to Toxic because he speaks Spanish. I figured, I'll give him a little Spanish to be like, hey, you're not the only one that can speak Spanish. So I started throwing a little of my Spanish onto his videos. And, he commented, of course, in English, but I'm sure he was shocked that I speak Spanish as well. I'm not good at these languages, but I speak, poquito, un poquito español. So, a little bit of both, a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of English, obviously a whole lot of English, a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of French. That's basically it.
All right, Ben, let me read off some of the comment. In the live chat. So, Shinobi, he says that, Ben, if you need penny sleeves, I have you covered on 100 packs for $1. And he say I can send you a few free with your giveaway you won. So that's Shinobi Wizard.
Good deal.
Yeah. And Toxic Croak, he say, yeah, sub for sub is never good. I always prefer to subscribe to those I enjoy watching. And EpicTube HD, he says that I will send you some sleeves, Ben. I have quite a bit built up now. Yeah, so Shinobi says I will send you a few free with your giveaway 100%. Again, yeah. So he'll send you some.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me, but I'm not the type of person that will just ask for things. If you send it to me, that's your call. Do what you gotta do. But I will never ask for things. That's one thing you should learn about me. I'll never say, EpicTube HD Harley, send me this, send me that. SmallOpenings SG Henry, send me this, send me that. Shinobi Wizard, I'll never ask for anything.
Yeah.
People send me stuff, I'll be more than happy to open it on my channel. It may not be as quick or as speedy as you may like, because I'm between jobs and I have a lot of issues and complications, but granted, I will open things. For instance, I have a whole bunch of packages here that still need to be opened, so I will get to things eventually. Unfortunately, it's not in a speedy manner, but I will get to it eventually. And, I hate reiterating, but I never ask for anything. So, whatever you send me will always be showed and showcased on my channel with, of course, what do you call it? Shout outs and tremendous shout outs and praise and
And actually, Ben, I realized that actually it is the actual first time that I am speaking to you through a video call. I don't believe. Actually, not the first time. I mean,
this is the first time.
yeah. I mean, other than the test call earlier, but this is actually the first time that we are doing a video call. Looking at each other and talking instead of typing, right? Because most of the time we type and chat in the Instagram or in comments. Yeah. So I just realized that it is actually the first time that we are talking face to face, through video call.
Yeah.
Okay.
I honestly never actually realized how easy it is to do this, because I'm although I don't want to put myself down, so I'm not going to say this, but it's true in the same way. It takes me a long time to learn certain technology and certain ways of life and, be up to date with everyone else. So, like, for instance, if something comes out now, an example. The new Pokemon set just came out now. I'm still working on all the old Pokemon sets. So I'm very behind on everything, which is not a bad thing because you get to learn more. And, it's not like these sets are going to be gone. They'll always be out there. It will just be harder to find later on in life, because things come out every 6 months, 3 months, month, whatever have you, depending on where you live. So it will always be around. It will just maybe harder and more trying to find those certain products as times go on.
Yeah, it might get slightly expensive because it depends on the supply and the demand. So if supply is low, right, and demand is too high, right, and also as times goes by, as the supplies goes down, the prices of like booster boxes or anything TCG, it will go up slightly. Yeah, so it might be difficult to get, especially like Hidden Fates and Champions Path, which are high in demand. Yeah, so if you want to get all these, right, you need to go in pre-orders or at least on release if you can. If not, then most probably the prices will go higher later on.
Yeah, and the whole thing with, what they call scalpers, I actually witnessed this on Black Friday, because I would say this Black Friday was the first time I was ever really hardcore with it, because, I mean, I don't know what you do, what other people do on Black Friday, but I actually got up at 3 a.m. my time, and I met up with a friend, we had breakfast, then we hit up all the stores, or as many stores as we could, Walmart, Target, GameStop. Unfortunately, my Costco doesn't sell any Pokemon products, so I couldn't go to Costco. But Walmart, GameStop, and Target, and the line around Walmart was ridiculous. And I made a video on it. 3 different videos, and I posted them on my channel. And I also did a video inside Walmart. And the scalpers, they actually totally ransacked the store. Because all I found was one single tin. Just one. That's all I was able to find. But at least now I know I'm able to get up at 3 a.m. to do this. I mean, granted, the stores don't open till 5 a.m., but still, I got up at 3, we met, we went for breakfast, we drove around, we hung out, we talked, we bullshit together, excuse the language, but,
beep.
We do all this stuff. Beep, yep, exactly. We BS to each other, and, we just, so it was good. Now that I know that I'm able to do this, here's hoping for next Black Friday.
Wow.
And every day, maybe,
Yeah, but you getting up, at 3 a.m. and you only comes back with one tin.
Yeah. It was,
I can't remember. What tin is that? Is it Hidden Fates or?
I had this. No. I had it I don't remember which tin it was, but actually it was. I don't know if this was a tin, but it was a Galler tin.
Oh, okay. Well, those mini
This was
tins.
this was yeah, this was all I was able to find. I don't know if this is the exact one, but I have a collection of tins. I have Ponyta, I have Grookey, I have Score Bunny, I have a whole bunch of tins, and signed energies from so many people. I pulled my first vintage pack, so that was awesome. As I mentioned, signed energies, my first vintage pack. I have a sealed product that I have. I actually win a lot from Pokemart TCG. Me and him are good buddies. I win a lot from him. I'm on his channel constantly. So he's a good friend of mine. Excellent friend, actually. So that's another person I hold in high respects.
Okay, wait. Steph say fell confused suddenly. Usually go to ban after Henry live.
Yes, definitely. Always check out Henry, aka Small Openings SG first, then come to my channel. Because one, I don't do lives, and two, my stockpile is not that great. I mean, it is pretty great. I always put myself down. It is pretty great.
Yeah.
But just always go to live first, then come to me. Because I'll always be around. Not saying you won't always be around, and not saying that we can't always go back binge watch someone else's live. But you never know when that person will do an extra special giveaway or a code word or that you have to put in the comments, in the chat, or anything like that. So always go to someone's live before you come to the channel. That's what I think. I always go hardcore on lives. I try to on everyone's, whether it's SmallOpenings SG, whether it's Pokemart TCG, Cool Squirtle Gaming, EpicTube HD, Poke that's an awesome channel. They're cool. I like them. They're up. I always try to be on everyone's live to the very end too, and I always love just advertising them, just to say, comment, subscribe, share all social medias, the whole spiel.
Yeah, and Cool Scroll Gaming says that ban open the Snorlax and Lapras box. But I think you have a target, right, for that?
Yeah, I also have I have this box over here that I'm gonna open at 340 subscribers. And I believe right now, because I just actually lost a subscriber last night, which is, it is what it is, but I believe I'm at 324 subscribers, or 325, I don't even know, because, again, subscriber counts don't really mean anything to me. I'm just having fun making videos and getting product and showcasing it to them, so I couldn't, I mean, I do care about subscribers, but I'm not so hardcore that it really puts a damper on my day. In the beginning, it used to really cheese me off that I would get like a dislike. I would get, let's say, 13 thumbs up and 2 dislikes, or 1 dislike, or 10 thumbs up and 5 dislikes. It would cheese me off in the beginning. But then I figured, they're all what they call code card hunters and things like that, and they don't like me because I don't show code cards. But my thing is, I'd rather give my code cards out to people that will appreciate them, like EpicTube HD Harley, or yourself, or Poke Family, or Pokemart TCG, or Shinobi Wizard, and they could showcase it on their channel. And if they want to advertise me with it, they could. If they don't, that's fine. It's perfectly fine, because they're there, the code cards for the community. I don't play the online game. I'm just a collector. I'm a hardcore collector. So I don't really play. I used to play the game a long time ago, but I was never really that into it. So I don't really use code cards at all.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in actually redeeming them for money either. I'd rather give them away for free instead of get money for them.
Yeah, because
money comes and goes.
Yeah, because
yeah.
Talking about the code card, right? Oh, Mama Matrix is here. Because like Steph, Infotech Rio, And I think a lot of us, like even the other time, Harley was being hit by the code card hunters not giving out code cards and stuff, and even the Adams and CPAC Busters, yeah, they.
Mm-hmm.
But because a lot of people, for these people, right, they just comes in, they just want the code card and they don't see it, they just, oh, no code card, dislike, no code card, no like, yeah. So they don't really understand. Yeah, like a lot of times I did notice that you actually donated code cards to other channels for their giveaways and stuff, you know, and again, I think even Breaking Nate, right, he covered that code cards is not mandatory, and we should be, you know, liking the videos based on the content and not based on code card or no code card, you know. And for me, I don't know, because for me, even I mentioned this a lot of time, if people just gonna go crazy about the code card, no code card, dislike, and I'm okay if you want to dislike the video. I'm not gonna give out any code cards, and that's it. Either I give or I don't give.
Yeah.
You can like, you can dislike. That's your choice. Yeah. I wouldn't
Exactly.
I wouldn't give in just because you dislike 10 dislikes, 5 dislikes, and I'll give in to I'll give you the code cards. Sorry about that. No, I mean it doesn't work that way. If you want a code card, just let me know. Like, hey, can you give me a code card, or can I have a code card, or you know, any way that I can get some of the code cards? You know, just ask nicely, and I will give you some code cards. You know, if I'm not giving out, I may consider giving you some, but not like, you know, no code card, no like, and no problem. I'll tell you bye bye.
I'm the same way. I mean, as I mentioned, I give most of my codes to Young Cloud Films, but I also spread them out between other people. Actually, someone messaged me on Instagram and wanted a few code cards, and 2 people messaged, or maybe 3, I don't know. But I gave them code cards, and actually one of the person, I gave him maybe 1 or 2, or whatever, how many code cards, and then I didn't ask for a thank you in return. I didn't expect a thank you in return, and I never expect a thank you in return for anyone, or I mean, I always want one. But he actually took a screenshot of one of my videos, and he sent it to me on message, and I posted it on my story, and it said, I don't remember what it said, but it said something at Ben F Productions, please visit him, excellent guy, creator, something or other. And I didn't ask him to do it, he just did it because I sent him a code card. So, yeah, it's like, in my opinion, you should never ask for things, and you should never expect things in return. If people give you things in return, that's great, that's wonderful, and depending on what the severity of the item is, you know, be cordial and showcase that item on your channel, just to give them their just desserts, and say, oh, SmallOpenings SG, EpicTube HD, they were cordial enough to send me this box of Shining Fates, excuse me, and you know, give them their shout outs, and just, you know, put a link to them in your bio, give them a link, or, you know, things like that. I'm still working on putting links in. Right now, I just put the name of the the @ and then the name of the person. I still don't know how to put links in yet. I should know this by now, but unfortunately I don't. But eventually I'll learn it.
Yeah,
but
if you need, you can just ask on the Discord. You know, we have a Discord, and now, and or you can just DM me, or, you know, EpicTube HD, or whoever you're comfortable with. You can ask us. We can show you how to add the links in. All right, Ben.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, wait, Ben. Let me go through some of the other interesting comments, like from EpicTube HD. He says that I agree, Ben. Sub for sub doesn't work. I will never ask to do so. We get lots of DMs asking to do so. It's tough. But being a YouTuber is tough. Not everyone will make it on the elite level, so just make videos for fun. Like what you say, right? You're just enjoying your videos right now. Like, even for me, I've been through the phase where I was so affected. Like, I was expecting the videos to do really well, but in the end, the videos just get maybe few few views and a few likes, and our subscribers just like flat out for a few months, and it really affects me in the beginning. But now, I already been through that phase, so now it's okay. I mean, uh, like we grow, we grow. If we doesn't, then important thing is to have fun, and have fun with the people that are supporting us, and in
Yep.
our community, and with our friends, like you and whoever is in the
Mhm.
chat right now, and Mama Matrix, really awesome, really positive vibes, and Shinobi,
I
yeah,
I love this. I love this Pokemon family. It's amazing. Epic Tube HD, Shinobi Wizard, Mama Matrix, Sudan Segment, Trainer Leo.
Yeah.
Everyone,
okay,
everyone. I just love it all. It's
Ben,
hard
Mama
to
Matrix,
name. Yeah.
sorry, yeah, it's really hard to name everyone, but Mama Matrix, he just asked, what's Ben's favorite Pokemon? I know Charizard is one of your favorite, Charizard and Gyarados, right? So which one is your top
Yup.
favorite, or your
Ooh,
favorite
that's
Pokemon?
tough. That's tough because many people have asked me this question many times. Gyarados free because he was gonna make stuff eventually. Many people have asked me. I honestly don't know. I definitely am a big fan of Gyarados. I like Ditto, even though Ditto is, not like an actual Pokemon. I like Ditto because he could always, change his form and change his anatomy to another Pokemon, or even change into a rock, or maybe not a rock, but another Pokemon, and mimic their powers and abilities. So I like Ditto. As a water Pokemon, I love water Pokemon because they're so fluid. They're kind of like snakes almost. They could easily flow into every little nook and cranny. They could get into, through the tiniest crack because they're like fluid. They're so fluid-like. So I love my water Pokemon. I would say Jolteon is pretty up there. I like Jolteon. Alakazam is pretty awesome.
But
One of my
are you able to put like your first is Gyarados, and second is maybe Charizard? Do you have a like a preferred list, or first favorite, second favorite, third favorite, and so on?
Yeah. Some people might say this is a little biased because I'm saying water first and water beats fire, but that's not how. I mean, it's true, but that's not how it goes at all. I just like water Pokemon. So first, I would say is Gyarados, then Charizard, Blastoise. I don't know. I mean, Blastoise is cool, so I'll put him up there. Ditto, probably 4. I would say it's a choice between either Alakazam or Gengar, because I like dark Pokemon / ghost Pokemon. So I would say it's with Alakazam and Gengar for my number 5.
All right. So, Steph from Infotech Rio, he asked, do Ben just collect or play too? I think you know how to play, right? The Pokemon trading card game.
I used to play. I haven't played in like forever, since I was in elementary school. And I don't even bother playing Yu-Gi-Oh anymore because it's gotten just way too difficult with pendulum summoning and all these different summonings. In regards to Yu-Gi-Oh, I grew up with like I don't know how many of you watch Yu-Gi-Oh or play Yu-Gi-Oh, even though this is a Pokemon channel. I know Tube HD Harley, he does Yu-Gi-Oh as well. He does Yu-Gi-Oh episodes as well. I grew up with back in the day where they did the Duelist Kingdom and Pegasus, and taking the grandfather with the Millennium Eye, and I grew up in those days of Yu-Gi-Oh, and now whole new Yu-Gi-Oh, it's way too animated, way too cartoony for me. The monsters are just too ridiculous to me. I like the old school Yu-Gi-Oh, and even with Pokemon, I like the old school Pokemon, because even with Pokemon, It's just way too animated, way too cartoony. Pokemon that are just too, I don't know. I'm more of an old school. I'm more of an old school type of person. I'm what they call an old soul.
Yeah, even for me, I actually prefer like the OGs, rather than like the new starters, the Grookey, what's that, Scorbunny, and Sobble. I
Yeah,
actually prefer the Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur. Uh,
yeah,
yeah,
they're
right.
epic.
Yeah. So
I mean, I've played Sword and Shield, and it's a very cool game. I like it very much, but there's no real premise to the game. For instance, like when you're playing Pokemon Gold, Pokemon Silver, Yellow, Red version, things like that, the old school games, there's always a premise, getting the gym badges, constantly beating out Team Rocket or Team Magma or Team Aqua. And even with Team Aqua and Team Magma, it's like they're nice now. They're not even bad guys. It's like they're a nice group of people. So I'm more of an OG person. I'm more of a fan of Team Rocket and Giovanni and Jesse and James and Cassidy and Butch, things like that, because they actually were evil to a point.
yeah.
Aqua and Team Magma, they were never really evil. They just, they're like kind of like a nice evil. So I don't really, and in this new Sword and Shield game, it doesn't really have a. Granted, I like it very much. There's tons of new Pokemon out there that we've never seen before, never heard before. Great new scenery. I'm a very outdoorsy person because I'm a country boy. I grew up in the country, so I'm a very outdoorsy person. I love the woods. I'm a big fan of greenery. I'm a big fan of huge bodies of water, oceans, lakes. Love to hike, things like that. So that's another reason why I love Pokemon games so much, because I love traveling. Even when I'm with friends, a lot of the times we don't have a destination. We just drive, and we have no destination. We just keep on driving until we can't drive anymore. Because it's the fun of the unknown. Not knowing where you're going, not having a destination, just viewing all the beautiful scenery that you normally don't see on foot. Because I don't have a car. Technically, I'm not really allowed to drive, unfortunately. Maybe I could eventually, I'm not sure. So I do find alternate ways of transportation. I mean, I have a disability bus pass. I do a tremendous amount of walking, which is actually very healthy for you, besides the fact that it keeps you thin, which I don't really like being thin, but it keeps you thin. It keeps the blood circulation going, which is good, so you don't have a heart attack.
Yep.
And since it's called a shunt, I have a shunt, and the shunt right now goes into the right atrium of my heart, which they say is the most dangerous, because if there's an infection in the shunt, it could go straight into your heart, and then there could be an infection in your heart. But it's also the most safest, because the heart is constantly pumping. It's constantly working. Even when you're sleeping, it's still pumping. Not as fast, because you're not active. You're lying down, you're at rest. But it's constantly pumping. So if there's a blockage anywhere in the shunt, since the heart is constantly pumping, it will always move that blockage eventually. And my shunt splits into... I have one shunt, but it splits into different parts. So let's say if one shunt has a blockage, I could feel the blockage in my head, I could feel the pressure, I could feel the ventricles tightening, but the other part of the shunt will excuse me, the other part of the shunt will kind of like take over, so I could feel the pressure on one side of my head, but it's like the other part of the shunt will take over, so it's not enough for me to have what they call a malfunction with the tubes, with the shunt, but I could feel it in my head, but the other part will take it over until that part of the shunt clears itself, pushes the blockage down the road, So I haven't had too many of those experiences, but when I have, you know, I take it slow. You know, I lie down, I rest a lot, I take it slow.
Okay, so as you was talking about the shunt, right? I don't really know what is that. So I googled, and it says that a cardiac shunt is a pattern of blood flow in the heart that deviates from the normal circuit of the circulator system. Is that it?
Somewhat. It's my variation of being what they it's my disability is called being hydrocephalic or hydrocephalus, which means too much fluid. Well, everyone has fluid in the brain, but the fluid in my brain in the I think it's not the cerebral cortex, it's the cerebellum. That's what it is. In the cerebellum, I have what they call well, I have a pseudocyst in the back of my head, and it's entwined with my cerebellum, and they can't take it out because it's entwined. And if they do like arthroscopic surgery, they'll I could be a vegetable, which means I could be in a wheelchair,
Yeah.
and because entwined with the motor skills of hand-eye coordination. I mean, I wear glasses because my parents wear glasses, but I also used to have strabismus when I was a kid, so they had to do corrective surgery to me. That's another reason why glasses, because strabismus. But the shunt also affects hand-eye coordination. I don't know if it affects reading skills. It might affect, reading skills. I think it affects speech. So when I was younger, I had OT, which is occupational therapy. I had PT. I don't know the definition of PT, but OT, I had PT. I had speech because I couldn't pronounce certain words. Words couldn't roll off the tongue. I couldn't pronounce them correctly. So I had speech therapy, PT. I had adaptive phys ed because I wasn't allowed to be in a regular gym class like everyone else can. So I was in that for a while. All, in elementary, grammar school. And as I got older, I was able to participate in more and more things. But it's not like this disability goes away. This is a lifelong disability. I'll always have it. It will never go. I'll always be hydrocephalic. And there are different variations of being hydrocephalic. There's being born with it, like me, or developing being hydrocephalic through other disabilities. Like you could have spina bifida, or I think basically spina bifida, and through spina bifida you could develop also being hydrocephalic. So you could have two disabilities in one. Luckily, I'm just hydrocephalic, and that's it. So that's why my issues, I wouldn't say issues, my complications aren't as severe as other people, because I only have one thing, and other people have two things. They're hydrocephalic and they have spina bifida. Me, I'm just hydrocephalic. So I could walk, I could talk, I have no eating problems, I have no swallowing problems. As I said, I have problems with arithmetic and reading and comprehension skills. And, I have, issues like everyone else has, some more unique than others. But I try not to let that put me down. In the beginning, it did put me down a massive amount, and I needed some uplifting from this amazing community, which they were more than gracious to uplift me and help me. Quite recently, actually, EpicTube HD, Harley, he gave me some phenomenal words of wisdom with doing my shorts, because I really didn't know how to do shorts, and he gave me some really epic information for EpicTube HD, so I hold that in 2 thumbs up for that. I love that. The sounds are awesome. And I still need to figure out a better tripod, because I have the tripod that's going on the side when it should be like this. because I know they have the tripod that's like that and like that. And even when I was talking to Young Cloud Films, he suggested the same thing. Oh, I gotta. Okay, nice, awesome. People are hitting up my video. That's sweet. That's awesome. So, yeah. So, wow, YouTube's blowing up. That's awesome. Okay, so everything comes a little bit slower for me, but I do get things done with sometimes more time than others, and more time. Some people don't want to waste, wait for me. They just want to, how they say one and done. They want it now and they want to move on, but that's not how I work. It's not like I'm trying to force people to, wait for me, be patient with me. It's just I'm a slow learner. I don't mean to be a lot of people think that I'm trying to fool the community and try to act stupid or act slow or whatever because he's just trying to up his subscribers or up his views or whatever. But no, don't get that twisted. That's not the case at all. It's just I'm a slow learner. I learn things at a very slow pace, and since I don't have a car and I don't 100% know if I am allowed to drive, it takes me a while to get to certain stores, Target, Walmart. The GameStop that I used to go to in walking distance is not there anymore. And actually, in a way I'm happy, and in a way I'm not happy about it, because in my opinion that GameStop was terrible, but that's beside the point. So I go to a different GameStop, which is actually two buses away, so it takes me time to get there. If I don't have a car, sometimes I do have a car to get there, but a lot of times I don't. Sometimes sometimes I go through my friend / business partner, whatever you want to call him, and I buy things through his. And we have a joint Venmo account, so I get things through his Venmo account, or sell together on his Venmo account, or we sell together on his eBay page, or things like that. I also sell things on the side, and it hasn't. I haven't sold things in a long time, but in the past I've sold things. I've sold a printer, I've sold a laptop, I got rid of. In the past I didn't know about that. In the past I didn't know about bulking huge amounts of Pokemon cards together and trading it in for a booster box. So I used to actually sell my common cards, but now I'm actually, if you can see that, I'm actually building a box full of common cards to trade in for a booster box eventually. I don't think I have the 3,000. I'm not sure. I gotta count them again. But I have a box of cards.
Man, let me stop you here for a while, because there are a few comments that I really want to read out to you. Like, you see, he says that, haha, it wasn't that epic. And Pogo Dad, he says that Ben is the man, always supportive and humble. And I agree. And Infotech Rio, Steph, he says that, Ben, just to let you know, my wife is often at the hospital too. We understand and send love.
Thank you.
And okay, let's Holo One, aka CJV, he says that, love you, brother Ben. You are no different from anyone else.
That's my brother right there. That's one of my. Well, you're all my brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
But Hollow One, CJV. Well, Hollow One, yeah. I've been with him for a long time, like since the beginning. He actually brought me into Dave Third Eye Artwood, and he brought me into River Dragon Heart, I believe.
River Dragon Heart. That's Dave Third Eye Artwood's buddy.
Yes, but CJV Epic Hollow One, excuse me. He brought me into all that stuff. Why did you have to stop Pokemon, Hollow One? Come on. But I mean, I know you had good reason. I'm not gonna totally bash you for that. I'm not gonna bash you at all. But I'm just saying, he brought me, Hollow One brought me into everything. He brought me into knowing Dave Third Eye Artwood. River Heart Dragon, and excuse me for saying that wrong if I do. That channel was amazing. That actually made me more comfortable with doing what I'm doing, because I saw what he was doing, and I was like, I'm not so different. Look at him. He's doing all this stuff, and it's absolutely amazing. He's totally knocking down tins on his cabinet, and he's, ripping cards, and he's in the woods, and he's, doing all these things. So what makes me so different if someone else is doing? He's doing this, so I'm not so different. And he's actually more out there than I am with what he did with Pokemon. And I actually wanted to be like that, but I can't because of financial issues and other issues, meaning, getting products and, not getting to stores early enough because they scalping everything away and I can't find hardly anything. But, so he was actually one of the first people that I found was CJV, Hollow One. So big props to him. I actually used to enter his giveaways constantly. Like, I was so hardcore on his channel, it was ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay, but Ben, let me continue, because I have a question from Infotech Rio. It says that, question to Ben, can we see someday a video of guitar? Because early on when we were doing the test stream, right, I asked you the same thing. Are you going to play something? But I'll let you answer that.
Putting me on the spot here, guys. I'll be honest, I forgot. I haven't played my guitars in years, so I forgot most of the songs. And basically, I only remember one song, which is Smoke on the Water. And I don't even remember the whole song, so that's terrible right there. And I was never really good with Guns N' Roses. I'm trying to work on what's that Guns N' Roses? Not Welcome to the Jungle, although that would be epic to play. But Sweet Child of Mine. For the longest time I tried working on Sweet Child of Mine, but it's so fast and it's just so quick to play Sweet Child of Mine, and I could barely get it. So, and the position of how you have to go, on how low you have to go on the fretboard just to hit those notes, and the callus. Well, I've gotten calluses before, so that doesn't bother me anymore. But the point is on how low you have to get on the fretboard, and just how quick you have to go. It's just, I don't know. I do have a lot of guitars. I mean, I have my fair share of guitar. I think I have like 4 or 5 guitars, maybe 4 electrics and 1 acoustic. My most epic guitar I actually have right there. Not in the black case, but in that case right over there. That's the most epic guitar that I paid a pretty penny for. And then I have that guitar, and then I might have a guitar under my bed, I'm not sure. But those are some of my guitars. And I basically use them for show nowadays. I don't really play them. I strum them once in a while, but just to practice some of my old songs in my tablature book. But I'm in nowhere near good at playing instruments. And I back in the day, I even used to play piano. And I was actually better at playing piano than I am with guitar. But I played piano when I was young in grammar school. And I went to a special piano teacher because of everything that was going on upstairs. So it was a special piano teacher. And the piano teacher had a son. And even as a young kid in grammar school, I was always good with other kids. And they had a dog. So after my lessons, I would always play with her son, play with the dog, things like that, even though I wasn't supposed to. I was a rebel when I was younger. I was a big rebel when I was younger. I would do so much crazy stuff that you would never think any young person to do. I did so much epicness.
All right. So Ben, because Infotech Rio, he says that one national army is easy, and he says that Smoke on the Water is max best 1-2, and even Lucia is asking, is Ben playing the guitar? So Pogo Dad, he says that let's get that solo band. And Infotech Rio, he says that look at the 7 army nation, slow and easy. And Hollow One says that we are going to have an acoustic jam someday.
One day, I actually got to get a new acoustic guitar, because I have an acoustic guitar, but it's actually, I don't know if everyone knows this phrase, but it's called a hand-me-down.
Hand-me-down, yeah.
Actually, okay. So, back before I was able to stay home alone and, you know, cook myself and do these things, I stayed with people. I don't know if I want to call them relatives, but I stayed with people, and his son, and the mother's son now has his own family and lives somewhere else, about maybe a couple hours away. I think they live in Minnesota, actually. They live in Minnesota. And he had his old acoustic in the room in his old bedroom where I slept in. And he called me one day and he's like, yeah, Ben, you can have that guitar, because he actually did what I did in the very beginning, which was he was into guitars and he wanted to be a musician, and he got an old acoustic guitar. It's in that black case over there that I got for $20. But he actually got a very old acoustic guitar, and he played it for a little while, and then he completely gave up on it, because he had the dream like everyone else did. So he completely gave up. So it was in that room that I was sleeping in, and I was so transfixed on it, because I've never had an acoustic guitar before. So it really, I don't know if you guys feel it. I mean, I'm sure you feel it with Pokemon and everything you do. Yu-Gi-Oh!, Digimon, for those people that still do Digimon, I doubt it. But if you still do Digimon, pats on back. For any card game that you still do, when you have that first epic product, or epic, legendary, epic product, or guitar, or whatever, you get this, something builds up on you inside, and you get this, you get a rush, you get like a high, not from doing drugs or anything, but you get like a internal high from this new thing that you're getting, and you right away wanna, oh, what's this, what's that, and you wanna fix it up, and you wanna clean it up. So right away, when I heard from my buddy Adam that I could take the guitar home with me, I was like, oh, okay. So I got it out of the case, and I at that time I didn't have the proper things to clean the guitar, so I took a rag and I just dampened it with water, and I just started cleaning the guitar with a little bit of water. And then as soon as I got as soon as I got home, as soon as I got to my residence, I actually started really cleaning it, and I put new strings on it and things like that. And even when I used to work at a guitar museum back in the day, I brought all my guitars to him, and since I worked there, he actually did a whole overhaul on all my guitars for only $5. And he did more than just put on new strings. He put on new strings on my electrics. He put on new strings on all my electrics and cleaned them up. There were dings on it, but he can't really do anything about that. But so he just, he cleaned them up. He put new strings on them. He tightened the tuning pegs, because some of the tuning pegs were loose. So he tightened those up, all for $5. So, because I work there. I don't work there anymore, but I used to work there. And I used to work inside, and I used to work the grounds. I used to take the hedge clippers, and I used to cut the grass, and I used to do all that stuff. And then I also worked at a botanical gardens for about 15 years. So I did that too. I did a lot of weeding. I know I'm going a little off topic, not on Pokemon, but I also worked at a botanical gardens for about 15 years.
No, Ben,
And
don't worry about it. Today we are talking about you. You in whatever you do is about you. So it's not about just only Pokemon or TCG. It's about BNF Productions. So go ahead. Yeah.
So yeah, I've had a lot of people don't know that even though I'm young in age, I've had a lot of jobs in my lifetime. I've worked at a nursing home for 7 years. I've been working at a school for disabled kids for about 2 years, which most of my students are in wheelchairs. They have spina bifida, as I mentioned, shunts. They have choking and swallowing problems, so you need to cut things in little small bites. Some kids are on thickener. If anyone knows what thickener is, I'm sure you do. So I've been working at the school for about 2 years now. I also work in the summers at the school as a TA, which is pretty interesting. That's cool. I like that a lot. The school is very awesome. I do a lot of extracurricular activities. Even before I worked at the school, I actually volunteered at the school for about a year. And I actually volunteered in the classroom. And as a volunteer, you're not allowed to feed anyone. But because the TA in the classroom knew my extensive background of me working in the nursing home for 7 years, which I did more than therapeutic recreation because I was also working with stroke victims, and I was doing... See, I believe in exercise. So when I was working in the nursing home, even though the hours at the nursing home were the hours of participating with the patient was 10 to 11, and then everyone's on lunch, and then from 1:45 till like 3:30, 3 o'clock. In between that time, I would never take a break like any of my other staff members. I would always work through lunch, and I would take like a light bouncing ball, or I take exercise equipment, and I would go to the lockdown unit, and I would go to the Alzheimer's unit, and I would go to all these units, and I would exercise with the patient. And then I would log it in, and I would give them check marks that I exercised with this person, that person, and I would do like 10 reps with every person. Granted, not hard exercises, throwing and catching a ball back and forth, or doing like light arm exercises up and, putting your arm up and down like that, or even, exercising your legs, moving your legs back and forth. So I would do that. I would also do one-on-one with people. I would, people that are in wheelchairs that were paralyzed on the left side or right side that couldn't use one hand, one foot, couldn't see well out of one eye. I would go get their lunches or dinners, because I was also there for supper time, because they would bring their food at 5 o'clock, 5:30, so supper. So I would go and get their lunches and dinners, and I would just engage them, and I would play checkers with them, and I would check chess with them. And for those residents that weren't very frequently able or wanted to come outside of their room, I would coerce them to walk out of their room and take a walk down the hall with me, whether it be just a walk to the nursing home. Whether it be just a walk to the nurse's station, or just a walk to the dining room. That's exercise, because normally they stay in their room 24/7 sleeping, or because they're on medication because they get violent, or they get or they're just on heavy medication for pain. So I would try to get people out of their room for exercise and just to see people. And also it made me look good, because everyone else, whether it be the mainly the workers and the owners, they would see me getting this resident out of their comfort zone, out of their room, and no other person in that facility was able to do that. But there's Mr. Ben. Well, there's Ben, and he's able to do that. So he has something special. So, I mean, I didn't look at it like that. I just looked at it as I was being kind. I was being generous, very sympathetic. So that's the way I looked at it. They probably looked at it totally different. Maybe, I don't know. But I looked at it as being very sympathetic, very kind-hearted, understanding. I don't take things lying down. I go full throttle, or to the best of my ability.
Yeah, because for me, I will definitely go for the breaks, because like I'll get tired, and the breaks, I can rest a bit and catch up with whatever I want to do, even if just rest the mind a bit, and after that I'll come back. But I'm surprised that you actually don't go for the breaks, and actually just kept going all the way. Yeah, and you still be able to keep the the positive attitude and stuff. I'm really surprised I didn't know that. That's why SG Chat is about sharing the part that we don't know about this person, which is you right now, our guest today. Yeah. And Ben, on Infotech Rio, he has a question here for you. It's actually from the Infotech Rio mom. Wait, I think I lost it. Because he's asking like students. Wait, let me scroll up. Okay, I got it. He says that question to Ben from Mama Rio. So since she's using a wheelchair too, so she asked like students, physiotherapy. Yeah, that's the question. Students, a question mark, physiotherapy.
Yes, students. Yep, they have the school that I work at. The students are taken out of class sometimes, or they have a period during the day where they have OT, occupational therapy, or PT. I don't know the definition of PT. Or they have speech therapy, or they're just taken out for testing, or just, for instance, students that are in wheelchairs, or even, I don't know if anyone's familiar with a Jerry chair. It's called a Jerry chair.
Uh-huh.
It's because certain of my, I don't know how to, my words are silent. Sometimes I can't get my words out. Some of my students, that's it. Some of my students, they're fully paralyzed from their feet to their head, or from their ankles to the neck. So some of them, I actually have to hand feed. I have to actually take the spoon or the fork and actually put the food in their mouth, and things like that, or even hold their chin to help them chew a little bit, or give them tiny bites, because they have there's a muscle in the neck that doesn't really develop, and they have a hard time swallowing because there's some sort of muscle in here that doesn't develop and they can't swallow correctly. So I have to take of course it's a medical scissor. I have to take a scissor and cut it into very tiny, minuscule pieces. It's like I'm feeding a little bird, like a robin or a sparrow, because they have such a hard time swallowing.
So,
and with the people that...
Infotech Rio, he just says that, okay, thanks, Ben. Thanks for all you do in real life. Love.
Thank you. Believe me, I do the best I can, and if I could improve, I'm always willing and I'm happy to. It just, may take me a little longer to figure out how to do certain things, but I'm always willing, happy to.
Yeah, actually, I want to touch more on because the other time you shared on, I think in the live stream somewhere, that about your condition and your disabilities. It's not like you did mention that earlier you did mention that you are a bit slow, and you are not trying to act this way so that you can get PT from people to get subs or anything. But
exactly,
I think some people, I think most of us we do know that because we know you. And I think a lot of people, they don't really know that this is the case. They think that I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Maybe you're acting, or how would I know? I don't even know who is Ben F. You know, like maybe he's just acting. He's just trying to get PT. That's why maybe you're talk more on this to let us know.
It could be. I mean, some people could perceive it like that, and I'm sure other people perceive it that like they see a video. For instance, I posted a video. I try to post like maybe 1 to 2 videos a day. I'm trying to do, and what I'm sure people see is they look at the information before they see the video to get like a gist of what the video is about, and they see that, oh, it's so well spoken, and so the grammar is so great and so advanced, and yet I see the video and it's like he doesn't know what he's doing. So I'm not really acting on, although I am acting, but I'm not acting on purpose. I'm very good on paper. I'm not good in real life. Like, I'm not so good at the videos, but I'm very good on paper. If that makes any sense. I think that makes sense, yeah. So yeah. I'm very good on paper, but when it comes to being live and doing a video, I'm kind of like, okay, what's the next thing? Or I want to be perfect. I don't want to make a mistake, because people will call me out on it, and then they'll flame me in the comments, or they'll give me all these massive thumbs downs, or they'll... anything.
Yeah, like people, they don't understand that you need to cut the packs because sorry, because previously you have a lot of difficulties opening up the packs, and that's why you actually
yes.
pre-cut it, but you are not trying to cheat or put cuts in to make it like you got awesome pulls or stuff. But a lot of people, they don't see that. They just see that, oh, wait, how come it's me? Hey, oh no, we lost Ben. Okay, Ben is back. Hang on. Sorry.
Hey, oh, good?
yeah, you're back. Lost you for a moment there.
Technical difficulties. Pay no mind to the black screen.
Yeah. Okay, so because a lot of people, they don't understand that, they just see that, oh, you have your packs open up, and you're cheating, or you're staging this up. So yeah, but you want to tell us more about it?
Well, I'm actually tending not to do that anymore because of that issue. In the beginning stages, the only reason why I actually did that is because I heard from many people in our little close-knit circle, or even outside the circle, that I'm wasting too much time before the opening. They just want to get to the opening and, go on with their day. So that's the only reason why I did it. And then now I'm realizing more and more that things are changing up, and they actually want to see the whole process. So I'm getting through the process, and I'm trying to limit my talking, although because of my past experiences with everything, I'm a good talker. So it's hard for me to limit my talking because my vocabulary is mostly up to par, so I'm very good verbal-wise. So it's kind of hard for me to limit what I have to say, and I have a lot to say. A lot to get off my chest.
Yeah. But, again, I do understand, like, for myself, right? Because I'm really slow to speak, because I need to think, and before I speak, right, I really like to think about what I'm gonna say. But on paper it's different, because on paper you can just type it in, and later on you go through it again. You can catch your grammar mistakes or spelling mistakes, and you can correct it and write it properly. But when speaking, even like now live streams, right, it's different because you need to know what you want to talk, and does it make sense, and is it necessary, or is it just unnecessary? So you have to really think through before you speak. For me, I know some people, they can just just keep going in back and forth, but for me, I will need some time to think about it, and before I speak. Yeah, and especially because for me, right, because I'm Asian, I'm Chinese, and in Singapore here we don't speak proper English all the time, especially when we're young. So we speak a bit of Malay, Chinese, and a bit of Indian, Hokkien. We mix and match a little bit. So it's kind of a Singlish. So like the way we talk la is like we got the la, le, lu, la. So we don't, and we mix a bit of Chinese in. That's why it took me a long time to really correct myself. And like when I want to speak English, I want to speak proper English and not mix and match again like I used to. And it really took me some time, and now it's actually easier and better, but it still takes some effort and the mind power to make sure that I'm conveying the message out in proper English and the pronunciation is right. Because a lot of time when I talk to Harley, right, sometimes he'll call me and video chat, and sometimes he has to correct me because the words that I'm using is wrong or I pronounce it wrongly. Yeah. So it takes a while. So that's why I do understand.
Some things just come naturally and roll off the tongue, but sometimes you say something and you don't mean it, or you say without thinking, and a lot of times that happens with me. I say things without actually thinking, so that's why sometimes you see in my bio that I'm always better on paper, and in the videos, like, he's all mismatched because I'm better on paper because I have a great mind. I know, but it's hard for me to get the words out because speaking is difficult.
Yeah, because
English is difficult.
Yeah, because sometimes in your mind, right, it's let's say bear, but when you speak it out, it becomes hair. So you want to say something, but when it comes up through your mouth, sometimes it just go a different direction. So yeah, it happens. It happens to a lot.
Yeah. But I mean, people, the world is not a perfect place. People aren't perfect. If everyone was the same, it would be a pretty dull, boring world. This world is made. People are made to have flaws, and it's our flaws that make us special.
Yeah. Unique.
Unique, yes.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah, that's why I wanted you to come on SG chat, because I want to let people know that you're not acting to get pity or anything. I mean, you have your challenges. Like even for me, right? Let's say the English language. I need to put in like maybe 130% more effort.
Mm-hmm.
Like for you, I would say maybe you need to put maybe double or almost double, the effort for you to do things because of your challenges that you have. Yeah. So I want people to know that this is what the real benefit is. So it's not an act or anything. So it's just that we have our challenges. Some people have it more, some people have it less. Some people are good in things that they do, and yeah. So just I wish people would be more understanding, and don't be too hard on anyone,
I mean, mostly people are understanding in this community. There are a few
most
select people that I'm not too fond of in this community. I'm not gonna, name any names at all.
Yeah.
But, that's in all community, I'm sure. You just gotta find your niche, your specific group, and you gotta coincide together. You gotta have common likes and interests, and gotta get along. That's number one. And you gotta work together, best your abilities, and you gotta understand one another, listen to each other's views and opinions, take criticism, but at the same time, people could confuse criticism with negativity and being just downright nasty and mean and just horrible to one another. If you do the world for someone and they don't acknowledge you, whether it be on their videos or on their channel or on their lives or whatever, and you constantly keep on doing it for them, and they constantly never acknowledge you or constantly give you no gratification that you so rightfully deserve, it's just, after a while, it comes to a point where you just gotta click and you're gone. There's no point in me having you in my life anymore because I'm doing the world for you, or as much as I can do for you in that specific person's situation, and you're not doing a thing for me. You're not giving me any shout. I don't expect shout outs. It'd be nice. I don't expect anything. Even from Pokemon TCG, he constantly shouts me out on every video. I do not expect them at all, because I'm constantly sending him product, constantly mailing him stuff. But I don't expect anything from anyone. You do it, you do it. I'll try to do what I can for you as well, whether it be mail you things, or shout you out on my channel. Even today, on Sundays, I used to write out a list of shout-outs from a whole bunch of channels that I would do, and I would announce it on the channel. It's actually on my channel. If you go back a couple videos, you'll see like maybe quick 10, 15-minute videos of a piece of printed paper with a list of channels on it that I would touch very briefly and give shout-outs. Other people I would touch on a little more because, they've done more things for me or been more friendly with me. Or did like on like an everyday basis or every day or what have you basis. And I think I'm gonna actually start up with that again. Starting tomorrow. I wrote out a new shout out list. And I actually had to erase a few people, like maybe one or two people, for obvious reasons. But I made a shout out list, and I'm gonna start up with that series on Sundays.
All right. Yeah, I think it's been a while since we see your shout out list. Wait, yeah, you see, early on, I think there's some issue with the network, and Pogodad says they're banned cutting out a bit. Yeah, but I think still okay, just a little bit here and there. So. Even that video, he said that yeah. So he said that said it before and repeat it again, Ben. The humanity would be better with more like you. Yeah. Big virtual hug. I totally agree. I mean, we need more of, people like you, and it's better than having all the negative people doing all the negative stuff. Like for me, like two of my shots, right? They actually blew up, and at first I was really affected by those negative comments. Like they because when you see them, you know that they don't really go through your comments, and like they say stuff like, "Oh, you already put the pin comment up. Are you you like you're just something nasty." So at first I was pretty affected, and I'll reply to them. I'll look at the pin's comments, or I'll reply to them like, there's a reason why. But now I'm really over it, and I really want to focus on the good comments, that are positive ones, and those that are those that are just there to comment something nasty because that's what they do. Haters just gonna hate, and I'm just gonna let them slide it through, and I'm not even gonna be affected by it, Yeah, so
haters. I was just gonna say, haters are gonna hate no matter what.
Yeah.
Whether you give them code cards or you don't give them code cards, they're still gonna hate on you for some reason.
Some other reasons. They're always gonna find reasons to hate you.
Yep, they're gonna take a toothpick and pick through every little part of your channel, and they'll find something wrong, and they'll always hate on you for something. So you can't please everyone. You can please a lot of people, but you can't please everyone. As you know.
Yeah, even Pogored, he says, I just ignore the negative comments. Yeah, I mean, it takes a while to to home your mind, because for us naturally you will be affected by, like, you get 100 good comments and you get, let's say, 10 bad comments, but you get affected by the bad ones. So you really need to change your mindset a bit. Like, the bad ones, just let it go into the bin where it belongs. Just let it slide through. and only the good ones, hold on to them and cherish them, and yeah, that's what you should be doing. Counting your blessings, the good ones.
I think actually that's one of the reasons why they developed the pin button.
Yeah, but you can't pin every positive comments.
I wish I could. 'Cause there are so many. You just gotta, you gotta find the best ones to pin. But oh, I see another one I want to pin, but I can only pin one. So,
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing you could really do is like you could pin one comment, of course, re-comment on what they comment to you, and write best comment that you can to them. Which I try to write the best comment to everyone. I don't single one person out than another one. What's the word? I treat everyone equal.
Yeah, and always you have the best longest comments, and I really feel bad because I'm not really good at like like commenting long comments. Usually I'll comment pretty short, maybe one sentence, unless I have a lot of things to say, right? So every time I see your comments, it's like, wow, Ben F, he wrote an essay again, and I was like, thanks Ben, appreciate it. Usually that's what I comment.
Well, sometimes I think I'm going a little overboard with writing all that stuff, because I write the same thing all the time.
Love it. Actually, I love it. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I think I should change it up and write something different, but then again, I gotta think of something different. That's the best thing I can think of, because that's what I want everyone to do for your channel. Like, subscribe, share on all social medias, pound that smash thumbs up button, and everything I write, I want that for you.
Yeah, let me read. Henry writes chapters to me. No. No, that's Kusuru Gaming. So, I see... Yes, over here. I see Pogo Dad, he says that one person commented when I started that my audio sucked, and it actually did. So I did what I could to fix it and thank the person for the feedback. Yeah, I mean, feedback is different, but sometimes a lot of feedbacks I see, the words they choose, I would think it can be better, can be nicer. You don't have to say that so nasty. You can say that, oh, your audio is not that good. Maybe I'll give you some suggestions that you can do, instead of like, you suck, you this suck, that suck, Yeah, but again, if it's a right feedback, then because a lot of times we human, we can't really take negative feedbacks, like some things that we are doing bad. Hey, just know that you're doing this badly, maybe you can do it better in some way. It really takes me some time to actually correct my thinking, that you need to open up and accept feedbacks, and not just only listen to the compliments, but you also need to listen to the feedbacks as well, so that you can be better, you can do better, and get better. So I don't know, for me it takes some training to the brain. Yeah,
but the thing is, like, what I sometimes get is I get feedback, but it's nasty feedback that you just want to delete off your channel, because you could give feedback and you could give suggestions, what you should do better, you should switch up, things like that. But there are some people that just give feedback, but it's just downright nasty.
Yeah.
But you can't control what people write.
Yep, you can't. But that's why what you can do is control yourself, how you handle it, how you're gonna react.
Exactly. That's a true test of your inner soul and your inner spirit, how you're gonna react to certain situations.
Yeah.
You're gonna react in a positive way, or you're gonna react that, oh, I'm being tested, because I don't want to get into religion or anything. Believe me, I'm not going to. But everything is a test.
Yeah.
And life is a test. Life is a test. And it's just how you perceive it, and how you take it, and how you find those. You don't want to take any shortcuts in life, or take as little take as little shortcuts as possible, because how you grow as a person.
Yeah. You grow bit by bit. Like there's, it depends. Sometimes maybe you might be, some things might be easier for someone, and some things may be harder for some people. You know, like for me, it takes me a long time to actually get myself to be able to, you know, accept feedbacks, even good and bad, and also to correct myself that you don't have to you are in control to react how you want to react, and not your body reacts in controls the reaction. You know, like it takes a while to correct the thinking and to train the mind to to know that you are in control. You are the one controlling how you want to react. Yeah, and it's not easy as it seems, but it's not that hard as well, because you just need time and practice, and you actually get better. Anything with practice, you get better. Yeah.
And believe me, nowadays I have almost all the time in the world to work on it, and because of YouTube, I honestly can't thank this community enough, and I can't thank YouTube enough, because, and I think a lot of our subscribers have noticed that YouTube, well, in reference to me, has made me come out of my shell more, in reference to learning more and, you know, finding ways to change it up. And for instance, Harley said you should, you know, get off Handycam and you know, get tripods. And even when Young Cloud Films said the same thing, you know, I went through my fair share of tripods, and even with this tripod that I'm using now, it did break a while ago, and now I had to even buy another one of these. But I have my first tripod. I'll actually show it to you. And that one broke numerous times. I don't have my first tripod. Actually, that I threw away. But this is actually another tripod that I bought. And it's the same as the tripod that I'm using now. And actually, I used it for a long time. I used it actually before I even used the tripod that I'm currently using. But the only problem with this tripod is when you put the phone in this part, sometimes it snaps back and the phone just falls out. This tripod that I got, I think I got it at Best Buy, it doesn't do that. So that's why I don't use this tripod. And then the tripod before that was even worse, because the legs of the tripod kept breaking. So I had to use duct tape, and every time a leg broke, I had to duct tape the legs to the tripod. So that was a very bad experience in my life. Not the worst, but that was awkward.
Okay, Harley says that, man, I feel I must tell Ben what to do a lot.
You don't have to. It's believe me, I appreciate all of the suggestions, Harley, and I value them very well. You don't, by all means, you don't have to do a thing.
Yeah, so Ben, I think we're gonna end soon. But before that, I want to touch back on what you said, that you like to go like mountain trekking, you know, hiking a lot, you know, nature, and also you go like places a lot with your friends, and looks like a great community. Thank you, Clown. He. So he says that he first time here, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what's going on here, but it looks like a great community. Yes, it is. So Ben, like all those traveling and the hikings, I think I can suggest that you make videos of it, like a vlog. You know, it would be interesting to see the things that you do, like when you go hiking and stuff. Yeah, like the one when you did the Black Friday shopping. I think it's really interesting to see you go around, because I don't see that a lot on your channel. What I see usually is just openings and stuff, you know, and I don't know, you can try it out. Like for me, my video is not just about Pokemon. I do like product reviews and taste tests and other stuff as well.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, and although some did better than others, but just trying it out and see what happens, because you never know. It might just go viral, you know.
That's true. I mean, I was thinking many times when I go up to visit my friend in Rockland County, New York. There are great hiking places up there. You know, going up to Bear Mountain and the Palisades Center Mall. There are great places. I mean, the mall, they have everything. They have Target, they have GameStop, they have Chili's, they have all these great places to eat. They have great Indian places that I love because I love Indian. So it's one of my favorite. I like Indian food a lot. So yeah, I was thinking of that. I gotta do it next time I'm up there. I think I have friends up there. I gotta meet them.
Yeah. All right. So that Ben, anything else you want to share with us before we end our SG chat for today?
Well, I want to thank everyone for listening to all this and checking out my first ever live stream with SmallOpenings SG, Henry. And I thank you for having me on. This was very fun. You know, I'm glad I could showcase everything. This is my studio, that's my studio right there. So, you know, more to come. I still have all those openings to do. I'm gonna open that. I think I'm actually gonna meet a client later on for more product. So I'm constantly getting things. Unfortunately, I'm getting things at random times and very sporadically. But you never know when I have things coming in. So stay subscribed, stay belled, share out my channel, share out SmallOpenings channel, stay subscribed to him, do all that stuff as well. Binge watch, keep the streams running, morning, noon, and night. Let's get that sub count up.
Yeah, but Ben, FYI, you don't have to run my videos anymore because I already hit the 4,000 watch hours already. Yeah, so actually you can.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Because I still kept. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought you stopped
I
already.
still kept doing it every night.
Oh, you can stop already. I already did the 4,000 watch hours. So thank you so much, man. And
okay, so now I'm on to Young Cloud Films.
EpicTube HD. Actually, EpicTube HD and Math, they do need the watch hours.
All right, so then they're next.
Yeah. And Young Cloud Films, actually, Young Cloud Films, he hit the 4,000 watch hours already as well, Ben.
Oh, he did. Okay,
yeah, he did.
So
because his channel is monetized already. Yeah, so you don't have to do that for him anymore. So I think you can focus on EpicTube HD and Math, you know. And
yeah. So
I want to share something with everyone is that I may have like some videos from Ben, put it on our channel, and I also have some other people in mind, but not a lot because I don't want it to be too flooded with other people's videos other than my own, you know. Because I have my videos as well that I want to put it out. So I hope you guys will continue to support like Ben's video if it's put on our channel, and also to support his channel because mainly I would like the video to be able to, you know, showcase and promote who Ben F is, so people can know him better. And also for those videos, right, that are from other channels, the revenue will go to them 100%, and I will try to, because for now I'm just fixing it to about 3 months for 3 months of revenue, and because later on it might be hard to keep up with all the videos from other channels and the revenues for every month. So I will try to keep for 3 months, you know, so all the revenues will go to them. And although now we're still pretty small, but I hope you guys will continue to give support to us and to those that the videos are gonna put up on our channel. Yeah, so that's something that I want to share to everyone. All right, so I think that's it. So Ben, thank you so much for coming on and sharing about yourself. Really had a great time listening to your stories, and yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed it as well.
Thank you for having me, Henry. It was great. This is my second live with someone, so it was a great experience. And I thank everyone in chat, even though unfortunately I can't see the chat, but I'm gonna review it later. So I thank everyone in chat. You're all amazing, beyond amazing. I can't thank you enough.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for coming on, and hope you guys have a great time. And we'll see you in our next video very soon, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
If you like our video, please remember to click on the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Bye bye.